Which franchise reigns supreme, Star Wars or Star Trek? Now, these aren't just movies and shows, they're universes. They're cultural empires that shaped science fiction, fandom, and even the future. Star Wars gave us space wizards, galaxy-spanning wars, and the hero's journey on hyperspeed. Star Trek gave us diplomacy, diversity, and a hopeful vision for tomorrow. Two very different futures, two fiercely loyal fan bases, and one impossible question. So let's break it down. And let's start with storytelling. Star Wars is mythological. It's good versus evil, destiny versus doubt. From Anakin's fall to Luke's redemption, it's pure space opera, emotional, epic, and operatic. But Star Trek, it's philosophical. Each episode explores ethics, science, and what it means to be human, or Vulcan, or something else entirely. And what about characters? Star Wars gave us unforgettable icons. Darth Vader, Yoda, Leia, Han. Heroes with heart and villains with presence, and Chewbacca for comic relief. But Star Trek counters with complexity. Spock's logic versus emotion, Captain Picard's diplomacy versus Kirk's instinct, and Data, possibly the most human of them all, despite being synthetic. And then there's technology. In Trek, it's almost prophetic. Warp drives, replicators, tablets, much of it inspired real-world tech. Star Wars is less about realism and more about spectacle. Ships that roar and weapons that glow and a planet-destroying space station called the Death Star. Subtle? Not really. Iconic? Absolutely. Let's get to the numbers. Box office? Star Wars dominates. With over $10 billion across films and spin-offs, it's one of the highest-grossing franchises in history. What about critical acclaim? Star Trek often edges out with consistency. Series like The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine were groundbreaking, winning Emmys and pushing boundaries. What about cultural legacy? Star Wars became a religion, literally. Jedi is a recognized belief system in some countries. But Star Trek? It inspired scientists, engineers, and even astronauts. NASA literally named a space shuttle Enterprise after the show. So which one wins? Well, it really depends on what you're measuring. If it's influence on science and society, Star Trek. If it's blockbuster dominance and pop culture impact, Star Wars. Star Wars is a myth told with lasers and lightsabers. Star Trek's a vision of the future told with reason and reflection. One's emotional, one's intellectual, but both have shaped generations. From Wookiees to warp drives, both franchises have earned their place in the galaxy. And in the end, it's not really about which is better. It's about what you connect with. Do you crave the thrill of rebellion in a galaxy far, far away, or the quiet optimism of a better tomorrow where humanity evolves? The answer? Well, that's up to you. So now it's your turn. Drop a comment. Are you Team Star Wars or Team Star Trek? And what moment, what character, what idea made you a fan? And if you're hungry for more deep dives into the origins of pop culture, history, and everything in between, hit that subscribe button, watch our next breakdown, and as always, keep asking, where did that come from?